Hey there, this is Bewindi Jackson. I wanted to quickly interrupt you before you listen to the next episode. Listen, thank you for your support with the podcast. Those of you who've been following me since January 2020, I really appreciate you. I want to hear from you. You can send me a message at info@AAOP as in Paul, C as in Charlie, S as in Snake.net. I would love to hear from you. Also, if you have not rated and reviewed the podcast, would you do that for me, please? It also allows people to find the podcast. This is growing. The podcast is growing, and I'm so excited. I've had to update my little commercial because my name has changed and my website has changed in terms of where you receive the books. So if you have not purchased your books, I got the opportunity and the gift to write two books. The first one is Empowerment for You, Encouragement for Your Emotional and Spiritual Wellness. Listen, I love this book. It is definitely a book that invites you to experience hope, help, and healing. And every page, every chapter is really filled with insight, information, and inspiration to be able to help empower you, to be able to help you walk in freedom. I include specific practical tips to help you take charge and take possession of your thoughts and really just control your behaviors or impact your behaviors and impact some changes in your life, cause some changes in your life. And then the second book is Empower to Empower You Reflection Workbook. Love this book as well because it's based on specific podcast episodes where you listen to some episodes and you are able to dive deep into some reflection. I give you some prompts so that you don't have to wonder or think about, well, how do I start to reflect? What do I even write? The prompts are already provided for you. Isn't that awesome? So there are also blank pages for you to journal or whatever you want to do, right? And so I just invite you. You can go on Amazon and just look for Bewindi. So I don't want to cause any confusion. My maiden name is Bob, so people have known me as Bewindi Bob for so long. And then July 2022, I was blessed to be married, and so now I'm Bewindi Jackson. So Amazon, you could just search for the books Bewindi Bob, and you will find those two books come up. If you have any questions, you could email me. You can also find the resources on my website, aaopcs.net. That's AAO, P as in Paul, C as in Charlie, S as in Snake.net. Listen, I look forward to hearing from you. May the the books continue to add value to your lives. I'm really thankful for this opportunity to just encourage people all around the world. All right. Enjoy the next episode and have an amazing day on purpose. Hello, everyone. This is your lovely host, Mrs. Bewindi Jackson, with another amazing episode of the Empowered to Empower You podcast. I thank you for tuning in today. You could be listening to any other podcast episode, but you tuned in to spend time with me, and I really appreciate that. I hope that you're well. Around this season, many people are dealing with a cough or cold or something, and so please excuse the sound of my voice. I probably sound a little nasal as I'm on the recovering end, but it is well. It is well. It is well. For those of you who are joining for the first time, Empower to Empower You podcast is about all things Jesus Christ, mental health, anything to help you become the better version of yourselves. There may be podcast episodes that you may hear my voice with an encouraging message, and others you may hear an amazing guest star who has shared this space with me, just having awesome discussions. And so today is one of those. I am so excited. I am so humbled and grateful to have Miss Shantwanza Gale. She is a travel nurse, but this woman has three beautiful children. She's a grandmother, and she's been a part of beautiful spirited women for 10 years. In fact, the topic of this podcast is why become a part of beautifully spirited women. She's currently the co-chair of the Mentee program. She's a certified mentor, a star volunteer, and one of the 3 social media managers of Beautifully Spirited Women. In short, you may hear her say BSW. My gosh, she has a heart for these girls. She has a heart for this program. 10 years and counting. And so I've been following this program for a while on social media, and I just reached out to them like I sometimes do. I become a stalker of what I love. And so I stalked her a little bit, and here we are. So welcome, Ms. Shantwanzer, to the Empower to Empower You podcast.
Thank you. Thank you. I really do appreciate you taking the time out to want to talk to us to get to know more about our program. My name is Shantwanza Gale. As you said, I am a nurse. I've been a nurse for 19 years. And I found, if you don't mind me just giving a little introduction, I found Beautiful Spirited Women through a church member. I was stalking her Facebook page, as you said you were stalking our Facebook page. Yeah. And I saw I just moved to the city of Olive Branch, Mississippi, and I was on her page and I was looking, and I come across some photos that she had posted. And I was like, okay, well, I'm new to the city. Maybe this would be a good outlet for me. In the beginning, I thought that Beautiful Spirited Women was a social group, a group of women. I didn't have any sisters. I was new to the city. So I said, okay, well, this is for me. And once I got into the program, it was a whole different world. Not at all what I had anticipated it to be, but the expectations have just been overwhelming.
Thank you for the introduction. I think that's such a beautiful segue to the question I had. The first question, can you tell us a little bit about what's behind the name? That's the first question.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, why was it named Beautifully Spirited Women?
Well, our founder and CEO, her name is Miss Crystal Clark Chapman. She was at a low point in her life about 12 years ago, trying to, do everything on her own instead of allowing God to lead her and guide her. She mentioned that she was at Bible study one night, and these 3 letters, just like a divine intervention, these 3 letters appeared to her, which was BSW. Wow. Not knowing what God had in store for us or for her per se, she prayed about it, prayed. And after a period of time, God revealed to her that BSW stood for Beautiful Spirited Women. He gave her an assignment. That vision came, God manifested it, and 12 years later, here we are, Beautiful Spirited Women.
Amazing. So this is a 12-year-old ministry program, yes, if you will, but you've been a part of it for 10 years. So in the beginning, what was it that drew you to this? What was it that drew you to this program, and why? Tell me about the passion behind Beautiful Spiritual Women. I love the name, by the way.
Well, our founder, she is from she grew up like in the low income areas. Her mom was a teenage mom. She had other brothers and sisters, but she dealt with a lot, like from depression, low self-esteem, domestic violence, drug abuse, all the things that we associate with being in low income areas. Now, as for me, I can't say that I grew up, in low income or anything like that. But in the beginning, like I say, when I reached out to my church member to see that Beautiful Spirited Women, I thought it was a social group. But once I got into the group and realized it was a social group, but it was also a group that mentored to young girls. So in the beginning, I was like, I don't really know. I don't really know now. That's not what I signed up for. Right. And me having, kids of my own, my oldest child is a girl, and then I have 2 boys. But my home life didn't coincide with what they had going on because my kids played sports and, I was always on the go, me being a nurse and everything. But throughout the years, over the past 10 years, I directed my attention, like my kids are older now, but I've directed my attention, not so much from my home life, because I take care of home life, but I put more attention towards the girls that we serve. I always tell people we all have a story to tell.
Yes, we do.
We all have a story to tell, and these girls have listening ears. So if it's something that I've been through in life, it may not necessarily be domestic violence or, growing up in low income areas, but I have a story to tell, and they want to listen to what I have to say. So if I can paint that picture for them and let them know that, okay, well, you don't have to go through this alone. I'm here. I may can't give you 24 hours a day of my time, but that one little 30 seconds, 30 seconds of my time with this one girl could make a world of difference.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. So if I can get one girl to smile, then I know that my job is done.
I love that. I love that the ministry is about mentoring to those girls, and they also have a story to tell. And they're looking for somebody who will listen to them. I don't want to forget to say this, but when you mentioned 19 years in the nursing, I want to say to you, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And thank you for your service with this ministry of mentoring girls to become women, spirited women, beautiful spiritual women. So can you talk a little bit about the ideal clients or something of what do we need to know about these girls that you mentor, that you serve?
Well, we serve girls ages 4 to 19. And our target areas would be the low income areas, but that's not all. You don't have to just necessarily be from a low income area or deal with certain things to be a part of beautiful spirited women. I mean, we got big hearts. So if you have the energy that we're looking for, if you have issues that we can relate to, you have girls that come from broken homes. They have one parent, either the father or the mother, but they don't have the time to spend with these girls. They don't have the time and energy because they have to think about, okay, well, I need to go work and I got to make sure this is paid and take care of this. We got to have a roof over our head. We got to have food to eat. And at the same time, those girls are suffering. But you can be from a middle class. You can be from an upper class. Everybody deals with something. It's just not to point out that the low income areas or the undeserved girls are the ones with all the issues, because it's not. So we service a variety of young girls.
That is so true because as you just said, everybody has a story. And so trauma or hurt and pain is not experienced only by those from low income. I mean, almost many people have an unmet need, whether it's attention, affection, time, etc. Right. So I'm really glad to hear that. So some of the challenges, you kind of alluded to it earlier, some of the challenges that these girls face might be just a variety of unmet needs, whether it's the lack of support, the lack of resources. What are some of those, or even just experiences of pain and hurt in their lives? Can you speak to some of the other challenges that these girls might face without, divulging any names, of course, personal information?
I mean, you have young girls, kids in general, but young girls that are being bullied, but they don't know how to talk to mom and dad about it. Okay, well, we have resources. I have an outlet. So if you can come to me and say, well, Miss Gail, this happened and this happened, and talk to the teacher, this, nothing went forth, then I can provide to her, comforting words. I have a shoulder to cry on. Just anything for them to know that you're not alone. Just because you can't get it at home doesn't mean that you can't get it somewhere, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Kids deal with peer pressure all the time. The biggest thing now is sex trafficking. And I thank God that we hadn't had to deal with any of that. But young girls today, they just don't know how to voice their hurt or pain or their needs and their wants, because you try to go to certain people and they knock you down or they shoo you away. I don't have time to deal with that. But we make time. We have to make time because these girls are our future. Absolutely. They're the change makers of the world. So we have to make time. Like I say, even if it's just 30 seconds, take 30 seconds, call me, shoot me a text, whatever it is. You just take a small amount of time to make the biggest impression on someone.
That's so good. That's so good. I really appreciate that a whole lot. And I'm very grateful that y'all exist. So can you speak to what the support looks like for a young girl in your program, and what are some of the resources that you have?
Well, we have, I guess you could say, a diverse program because we have nurses and social workers and doctors and accountants and computer people and business people. We just have a whole variety of people. So if the young girl wants to talk about something related to sexual, then I, being a nurse, could probably talk to her about that because of my expertise. But at the same time, I can refer her to someone. Or if you need to talk about, I don't know, kids want to run away from home because of this that's going on, we have social workers. So we have a diverse
Team of
committee, I guess you could
yeah.
say, that handles different stuff. I just don't have off the top of my head like certain particular names that I can give you right now, but we just have it. If you need an outlet, we provide an outlet. If you need other resources that beautiful spirited women cannot handle or we cannot assist you with, we will most definitely point you in the right direction. We won't turn you away for no reason at all. We will point you in the direction that you need to go to get the needed help you need.
I love that. It sounds like you have created an extended community and village. It really does take a village. And so you have this village, this extension of the family unit, which includes a variety of resources from different experiences, different backgrounds, different levels of expertise to meet the needs of these girls from ages 4 to 19. In this community, there is somebody to address whether spiritual needs, emotional needs, physical needs, or just basic needs. It sounds like, am I hearing you correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
That is amazing. Are these services free for these girls and families?
Yes, our program is free, and that's a good thing because we provide everything that you need from top to bottom. The program is free. There's no cost. And the one thing that just, I'm not going to necessarily say bothers me, I don't want to use that word, but is that even though our program is free, a lot of times it's hard to get parents to even let young girls participate. And I'm not going to say because of because it's free, but I wonder if we offered a price, would our numbers be greater? Would our numbers be lower?
Yeah.
That saddens me because this is a free program. So free, I'm going to run to free. Me, myself, if you call free, I'm going.
Love
Free food, free
yes.
whatever, I'm going. But a lot of parents just, it's like pulling teeth. They just will not let up and they just will not. So we have to be that person. Do you need me to come get you? I'll come get you. What do you need? I'm here for whatever it is. Girls want to participate and they want to go to the basketball games with us, and they want to go to the movies with us, and they want to come to the workshops and do all of these things that we offer. But a lot of times parents just, for whatever reason, they just won't allow them to participate. And it's just, I don't know, it's just mind baffling sometimes because, like I say, we are a free program. We don't ask for money. We are a free program.
That's really, really hard to hear, Ms. Shantwanza. Would you say that, that is a very strange dynamic. I don't think I will ever understand that at all. You say because of that, would you say that your services or your resources are underutilized?
I would say they're underutilized sometimes because, like I say, it's like pulling teeth. Like, what do you want? Do you want us to charge you $100 a pop? Will you bring your kids? But the program is free, so everything that everything that we offer, everything that we have, everything that we do is at no cost to you. So why not just bring your kids for one Saturday a month, or just bring your kids to this workshop that we're having, or whatever the case may be. It's free. The program is free. There's no other way to to get around it. The program is free. We don't ask for money.
Mm-hmm. That is mind-boggling to me. I am stunned to hear that. So how do people hear of beautiful spiritual women?
Now honey, we big on the social media now.
That's why I follow y'all. Yeah. Yeah.
We got Facebook, we have TikTok, we have IG. Instagram is our biggest platform.
Okay.
We have Twitter, we have Snapchat, we have LinkedIn, but Instagram is our biggest platform. So I mean, we're constantly posting and sharing and posting and talking about it, sharing, and we go to different volunteer activities. And I love my shirt. I have 4 or 5 different color shirts that I wear, and I'm always in the limelight, and I'm always sharing this. And I have some flyers, and I have business cards. You name it, we got it. Just to get the word out. Whatever it takes to get the word out is what we do. We do live videos. I'm an internet person. I love being on social media for whatever reason, so me and one of my counterparts, her name is Captain Lee. We're both social media managers on Instagram. And I mean, it's just it's a love. You have to have love for it. And I have a heart and a love for it, not just so much as a social media aspect, but as far as, doing the latest trends. If I can get a girl to like my so-called dances that I'm doing, even though I'm not doing them right, and maybe she want to follow because she likes my vibe or she loves my energy. So social media is one of our biggest things. And, we just praying and hoping we get that one viral video. We need that one viral video, baby. And it's up from now.
Yes. Well, I hope you get it too. So tell me a little bit about who are your ideal volunteers? What are the staff? Who are the staff that you need that would be best fits to work and to serve these young ladies, these girls into young women?
Well, we need somebody that has a pure heart.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a pure heart. You have to have a love for girls, number one. You have to have a love for what you do. A lot of people, like myself, being on the outside looking in the beginning when I first started, I'm like, okay, well, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing to run this organization. Or, I can't understand why they fussing about this or why they getting worked up about this. But once I crossed the line and got into the organization to be like, I'm on this committee, I'm the head of this or whatever. Oh, baby, it's a whole new world. So we need people that don't mind working, don't mind putting in the hours. I mean, it's not a 9 to 5. I work 12, 14, 16 hours a day. And when I get off work, I come home, come to my office, I get on my computer, I get on social media. I try to think of stuff to post and things to say and people to reach out to and try to get these sponsors or get these girls to come on board and get these donations made. And, we need people that don't mind putting in the time. You got to put in the sweat and tears. Sometimes you're going to cry. Sometimes you're going to want to pull your hair out. Sometimes you're going to want to throw the towel in. But at the end of the day, you have to think about, are you doing this for you or are you doing it to make a difference in the life of a young girl? So we need somebody that has a pure heart, a strong mind, a keen spirit. You can't get upset about because somebody told you no. You got to push past that. Okay, well, you told me no, and go to the next person. They tell me no. You can get a million no's. Sooner or later, you're gonna get that one yes. Right. So you got to be. You have to be in it for the long haul. Don't come in looking for something. The only thing that you're gonna get out of this is the joy to see one girl smile, to make a difference in the life of one girl.
Absolutely. So you mentioned that you have to work, you have to have a keen spirit, you have to have a strong mind, you have to have a pure heart. And so what if people that are listening are saying, I'm busy and I have kids and my work is high demanding and stressful as yours is. And what if what if somebody's saying, I don't have a lot of time, but I may have an hour or two to give. What is the need for that person who just maybe have an hour or two?
Well, I mean, I could give you a task, or I need you to call 3 girls today. I need you to call these 3 girls, and they may be 15 minutes apiece. Just call and check on them. How you doing? Do you need anything? Do you need help with anything? You don't have to, people that come in to volunteer, you don't have to take on a role as I have or take on as many jobs as I have, but just one, just do one little simple thing. Make a post on Facebook or make a post on Instagram or Snapchat or whatever, to try to draw the attention of somebody. It only takes, like I say, if 30 seconds or 30 minutes, that's all we need. I'm not asking, or we're not asking you to devote your whole entire life to beautiful spiritual women, although some of us do. But that's just what I choose to do. But if I ask you to come in and to help, I just need you, if you can just start small, just call the girls and just check on them while I work on this project right here. If you can be my phone person, or if you can be my runner, like I need you to go pick up this, or can you go deliver that? It's just something small. But a lot of people, want to come in with the negative energy. We don't need negative energy because the girls are already dealing with negative energy. So I need somebody that's positive, that's always got a smile on their face. Like me, I'm a jokester. I love to joke. I love to laugh. I try not to frown too much, even though it's a lot going on in the back. I try to smile through everything. And that's what we're looking for. People that wants to make a difference, that has a story to tell, and that are here for the girls.
I love that. I appreciate you answering that question and breaking it down and making it reachable for somebody who wants to serve and their heart is being tugged at right now because they want to do something. It's so important to do things and focus on other people's needs over our own selves, right? It's so important to just kind of get out of our own space, something for somebody else. There's a scripture in the Bible that talks about, as we refresh others, we ourselves are refreshed. And that's one of my favorite scriptures because it feels good when we're doing something to make somebody else smile, especially a little girl.
Oh, yeah.
Going through all kinds of struggles in this world. So just maybe 2 or 3 final questions as we wrap up, Ms. Shantwanza. A lot of girls, as you know, I'm really glad to hear that you have social workers on the team. Add social work, because I am a social worker as well.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a licensed clinical social worker. So, when kids come with emotional needs or when they're coming with spiritual deficits, they need to know that they're worthy. They need to know that they're loved. They need to understand the love of Christ. Can you give a small example of how, I know you said that you refer them to a social worker, but how are their emotional or spiritual needs met in your program?
I mean, you have to give these young girls the time and space. You can't overpower them. So if they have an issue, you give them space. You come to me when you're ready. Do you want to go to church? Do you want to go to Bible study? Call me. I pray. I pray my own prayer, but I'll pray for you. I pray for your family, whatever it is that they yearn for, I guess it is. We're here to help that. We give out scriptures, and I'm trying to think of the word I'm trying to use.
You open the door, or you might just kind of support them based on what they present you with.
Right. Provide that support, but I have a shoulder for you to cry on. If you just need to call me, if you just have so much emotions built up and you just need to just release, because, I don't cry to everybody. So I'm sure that they don't cry to everybody. So if you just need that emotional support, just that one shoulder, if you just need to cry for 4 hours, I'm here to allow you to cry for 4 hours. I'm not going to question you. I'm not going to beat you down about why you're crying. You're not supposed to be crying. You got to be beating it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give you your time. When you're ready to talk, when you're ready to release, then I'm here for you.
Great. Thank you so much. What is the final question? Well, one before the final. What is your call to action for volunteers? I hate to hear, as beautiful as a program this is, that is underutilized and the services are free, but yet some parents don't want their children for whatever the reason. When you're saying, I'll pick you up, I'll do this. What is your call to action to volunteers, and what is your call to actions to parents or to leaders or to people that work with girls?
Well, my call to action, especially to the volunteers, would be this one saying that I love, and it says, "The greatest gifts you can give someone is your time and attention." Okay, You're not too busy that you can't give me just, or give this young girl just 30 minutes of your time, 10 minutes of your time, 5 minutes of your time. So the greatest gifts that you can give are your time and attention. Give the girls the attention that they need. You know that they're going, and especially in 2022, it's so much going on in the world right now. You know, we all need to be focused. There should be no girl left behind per se. You know, we should all, everybody should be a mentor, but everybody just don't see it that way. Now, as far as the parents and stuff, and as far as the girls, my call to action would be you don't have to come from something to be something, or you don't have to come from nothing to be something. Okay, just because you're living this life right here, you know, you're not going to be here always. There's a brighter a day ahead. God has laid the path for you. You know, you just have to be willing to get up and do the necessary and be obedient to his word, and get to where you need to be. Absolutely. So you don't have to come from nothing just because you come from, to be something. So
yeah, absolutely. Wow. Well, thank you so much. So people can find you. You're beautifully spirited women on all of your platforms. Be beautiful spiritual women.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful spiritual women on all of our platforms. Our main page is www.beautifulspiritedwomen.org. We have a newsletter that comes out every month, so you can go on our website and register, sign up, subscribe to our newsletter. That way you can be in the know of everything that we have going on, upcoming projects and stuff. We also have a YouTube channel that we got up and running, and it's Beautiful Spiritual Women as well. TikTok is 2010 We Can BSW. Awesome. It's up and coming too. Like I told you, when we get that one viral video, baby, we working on that one viral video. We have a Twitter, we have IG, and it's BSW Blessings as well.
Awesome. What are you? The last question. I know I just said that.
Mm-hmm.
What are your greatest needs? What are your greatest needs for support at this time?
We just need more people who are willing to, you know, like I say, just give up 30 minutes of your time to help, to reach out and to go out into the communities and the schools and the churches, and grab their attention, to just let them know that, you know, whatever you're dealing with, you don't have to deal with it alone. We have people. We're here for you. You know, we offer so much. Believe it or not, we offer a whole lot. We offer different programs and stuff. We actually took the girls to Paris to celebrate our 11th year anniversary last year. So it's a lot of perks to being a part of, you know, Beautiful Spiritual Women. It's not always all about the work, putting in work. You know, we have fun times too. So, but our greatest needs is just women who want to make a difference in the lives of a young girl.
Thank you so much for that. Well, we're going to talk offline, but I thank you so much, Ms. Shantwanza, for your heart, your passion behind the work that you do. It oozes out of you, your love for these women, your work from the background, and your work on the front lines, as a nurse as well as an officer in this program. So thank you so much for your passion and for your work. I'm so thankful for this program. I'm really thankful that I stalked y'all, and I follow you. I'm going to join the other platforms as well, and we will stay in touch. Y'all, I want you to get in touch with Ms. Shantwanza, connect with her, connect with Beautiful Spirited Women. It is becoming, is growing and wild. It's spreading wild as a fire. So I want you to get connected. If you feel that tug in your heart to do something, to serve, to give of your time, to give of your energy, to be able to be a support and offer mentorship, our women, our boys need it too, but our girls need it too. They need to learn how to love themselves, how to be assertive, how to be confident, how to grow as beautiful spiritual women. So please get connected and help Ms. Shantwanza grow the mentorship, help this service, this ministry, this program become overutilized so that they can have a wait list of girls instead of being underutilized. So thank you so much for joining the podcast. Thank you so much for joining us today, Ms. Shantwanza.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
we'll be in touch. All right. All
Thank
right. This is
you.
a pleasure. This is Bewindi Jackson with an amazing episode. We'll come back next time.